welcome back. Welcome back to the Mekong again. This is part 2, I guess. We're still in Tuesday, the 2nd of December. It actually is National Day here, so it's a national holiday in Laos. It was a pretty good trip. Took about just over 6 hours, which was shorter than the predicted time, sort of thing. That was from Pak Ben to here, which is Luang Prabang, which is up there behind you. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, yeah, this looks like a village. Seriously, it's supposed to be quite a big town, small city sort of thing. Check this out. Yeah, that was the dude in his bike we saw earlier, I think. This was my boat. It's just the last few people are on it. The one on the right hand side there. Righto. What else was I going to say? Oh yeah, the journey yesterday from Hua Sai to Pak Ben, that was about 5.5 hours as well. And a bit more comfortable today though, because we weren't in the luggage department with the diesel fumes and the in the heat of the engine and stuff. Yeah, we had a comfy seat today, and the scenery was fantastic. Unfortunately, I only got a little bit of that on the last video. Yeah, there's a couple of things that I wanted to skip over kind of quick. Yeah, obviously this it's over 4 hours, that journey, about just over 6 as I've just said. So you're going to need a little bit of food, drink and all that. I recommend taking a flask of coffee, not the local stuff, but you know, try and get some of that instant 3-in-1 packets. You know, you get them back home, you get them over here in any of the you get them over here in Thailand in the 7-Elevens and the the Tesco's. Yeah, over here, Tesco's. Yeah, take a good flask of coffee. When you hit the guest houses in Pak Ben, they do try and, well, the lower range guest houses try and push on you their own sort of homemade sandwiches for the next day. And you'll get in rather late, probably after sunset like we did, sort of, so you can't really see any of the stalls. There is no shops there as such, but don't panic, and you don't necessarily have to be railroaded into buying the actual sandwiches at your guest house for the next day. I bought 3 sandwiches, and they were probably about the equivalent to £1.20 each, so I'm not really that fussed, to be honest, but that is expensive for Lao food kind of thing. But as you go in the morning to the ferry, there's little stalls that have been set up they were out of business by the time we got there, but yeah, they're open when you get the actual boat, the Slowboat, in the morning at 9 o'clock. But I do recommend definitely getting there for at least an hour before, at 8 o'clock, and you'll get a comfortable seat with some space around you, and better towards the front of the boat, or no further than halfway back either, because you'll be close to the engine. Yeah, that's food, so you can buy street food or whatever, and water, very important. I haven't been to the toilet yet, but the tap water hasn't gone straight through me, so that's looking pretty good. My boat's just taking off. Just check them out a minute. Yeah, we passed a lot on the way coming down here from the north. Sorry, from the west. And all of those boats were actually empty. Well, most of them were empty. One or two had 1 or 2 locals on going back the other way, but most of them were, you know, there was only maybe a bit of cargo on them, I don't know. What else was there? It wasn't, as you can see, it's a bit overcast now, but the sun is quite strong occasionally. Not so much now in the sort of off season and all that, but there was patches of sun that was quite strong. So I do recommend, especially if you're on the right hand side of the boat, coming down river here, you will get more sun and maybe get burnt if there's a bit more than, say, an hour's sunshine. So I do recommend a bit of sunscreen if you're sitting on the right side of the boat. Oh yeah, I did mention about leeches earlier on, and about putting, you know, powdered pepper on the actual wound to actually seal it. What you can do if you haven't got pepper as well, is you can scrunch up one page of normal newspaper. That's not magazine paper, that's just normal newspaper. Scrunch it into a ball, set it on fire, obviously on concrete or whatever. Wait until the ashes have got cold and stuff, and then you can put the ash on the wound as well, and that will do the same job as the powdered pepper. Okie dokie, what else was there? If you're wondering about the cost of this little, this lovely little journey down this absolutely gorgeous river, and one of the biggest rivers in this neck of the woods as well, it was, for the 2 days on the Slowboat, it was 220,000 kip, which works out to be 950 Thai baht, or 19 English pounds, or about, I don't know, 26 US Canadian dollars, I'm guessing, the current exchange rates. So yeah, but more than well worth it. 19 quid for 2 days on that's not including obviously the guest house and stuff. There is another option to go down this gorgeous river, the 5-star option, and you can get a luxury little, and it looks a gorgeous wooden boat, with your own separate rooms, and apparently your own little balconies off those rooms. So that is really gorgeous. The bad news is, I think it takes the same amount of time to get down here, 2 days, I think. But you sleep on the boat, which would be even better. But it's about just over 500 US dollars, which is a bit of a stinger. Not in my budget, but you know, maybe one day. But to be honest, perfectly, I like these boats. You know, as long as you're at the front of them and don't get fumed out by the diesel fumes and stuff. It is a pleasant journey, a little bit cramped maybe, but it is the way to go down the river. You know, you've got to feel the river, you've got to, you know, have the breeze on you. You can't be behind a window and stuff. It's kind of like the train travel. It's best to go lower class, third class or whatever, and get the feel of the actual, you know, the surrounding country, you know, and sometimes the spray of the water coming up when he makes a sharp turn as well. What else is there? Oh yeah, I got a little bit more to add. A couple of days ago I think it was in the jungle, when I told you a little bit about the some of the unexploded ordnance in the area of Laos, obviously in Cambodia as well. Most of this, or all of this, is on the in the provinces that are bordering Vietnam, the eastern provinces basically. I can't reel off all their names because I can't pronounce most of them, but basically it's not all of the provinces, because obviously that would stretch all the way to Thailand and stuff. It's just I don't know, say a good 50 miles in from the border. But basically the eastern side, most of the eastern side of Laos, it's got lots and lots of unexploded ordnance in the jungle, and you know, all round sort of thing. So please don't go off the beaten track in Laos, and in Cambodia too, because obviously there it's not unexploded bombs and shells, it's landmines and stuff. And I'm sure you've heard some of the nasty stories about children unfortunately walking on top of those. I don't want to stay on a depressing subject of that, but apparently I've heard the other day that actually children go digging for these bombs because the quality of the metal is so good in these shells that they get quite a good price for the metal on them if they sell it to like scrap dealers over here. You know, it sounds outrageous for us, you know, to send our children and stuff to dig up bombs and stuff, but if it's the, you know, choice between your family starving, you know, and digging around for bombs in the dirt, you know, they sometimes, you know, choose to do that sort of thing. Check it out. This is a speedboat. Righto, see the speed that guy's going. The speedboats usually, like that stuff down there, those things, they have massive engines on them, and there is an option that you can do this 2-day run in a speedboat They actually give you crash hats. Please do not do this. You only need to hit a log in one of those things and you're a goner. You could swim out of this this lovely river and stuff and all that, but it wouldn't be pleasant. And obviously you get all your kit wet and stuff, and it's just dodgy. It really is. And why would you want to, you know, said it before, why would you want to rush this journey? It's absolutely beautiful. Okie dokie, that's about it for me. So this is Rob Satchel saying goodbye for now from Luang Prabang. I might just, if I got enough, I'll just check the time on my video, but if I got enough time I might just take you up and we'll see, you know, what the start of the small city looks like. Okie dokie, righto. I've no idea where we're staying yet, just making it up as I go along, as usual. Yep, we've arrived. Okay, it turns out that we're a little bit further away from the city as I thought, so I'm going to just get a truck or something to take me into town. And I will see you guys probably further down the Mekong, probably in, well, somewhere down south. So this is Rob Satchel saying goodbye for now. See you in a little bit.